It is time to ditch real estate if you're serious about building real cash flow. Years ago, I read all the books, I bought multiple rental properties, and then it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was wasting my time, and I found a much quicker path to building wealth. So let's get in the fast lane to financial freedom without dealing with tenants, toilets, or termites. Financial freedom is the destination. It is the end state where you're not worried about money and you live life on your own terms. Now, the big question is, what vehicle do we use to get to that destination? And at the end of the day, do you really care if it's real estate, business, stocks, or even hitting the lottery that gets you there? So let's say our goal is $10,000 per month of cash flow. Cash flow means money in your pocket after all expenses are paid. And to set a baseline, we are going to look at real estate, then compare the faster path. Many people, including myself, have fallen into this trap to believing that real estate is a great vehicle to get there. And at the surface level, it sounds awesome. You buy an undervalued property, you hire contractors to fix it up, you rent it out, and then the money pours in. Now in real estate, cash flow is rent minus your mortgage payment, your property taxes, your management fees, insurance, utilities, maintenance, reserves for big items like HVACs and roofs and all this stuff. And the gurus tell us to target $400 of cash flow per month per door. It would take 25 doors to hit $10,000 per month. Now, the median single-family house these days is $400,000, but let's say you're smart, you're resourceful, you can buy them for $350,000, and you can put down 10% plus closing costs. So you're gonna need about $40,000 of cash at the closing table. Plus, you're gonna have renovations, you're gonna have to do some things to get it ready. Let's say it's another $10,000. So all in, you're looking at $50,000 of cash per house that you would have to invest. It would cost $1.25 million of cash to buy 25 houses. Now, if some of those properties are duplexes, triplexes, quads, that would lower our total cost per door. And let's say, you're really resourceful and you get it down to $1 million. It would take you $1 million of cash invested to buy $10,000 per month of cash flow. That's a lot of cash. It's a lot of time, energy, and effort to find, finance, and manage all of these properties. And if you bought like 1 or 2 per year, it would take you, anywhere from 5 to 10 years to buy all these. And by that point, you may need more than $10,000 of cash to actually achieve financial freedom. Now let's get into option B, a much quicker path, which is buying a franchise. I'm not talking about McDonald's, Taco Bell, or Planet Fitness. There are a lot of great franchises that require an investment of around $100,000 to $200,000. Painting, roofing, plumbing, flooring, restoration, B2B sales, education, senior care, pet care. There are a ton of great franchises in almost every industry. And the other thing is that the SBA, the Small Business Association, government-backed, loves franchising. They will lend 70 to 80% of the total budget, which includes your franchise fees, equipment, marketing dollars, trucks, and working capital. With $50,000 of cash, the investment of one house, you could have a budget with the SBA loan of $250,000. If you had $100,000 of cash to invest, your budget would be $500,000. And with $1 million to invest, you can buy out entire markets and really go fast. And by the way, if you're new here, my name is Brian Beers. I've been franchising for almost 15 years. I own a portfolio of franchises that do over $45 million a year in revenue, and my team helps people find, buy, and scale profitable franchises. And every week here on YouTube, I release 2 new videos on Sundays and Wednesdays, so subscribe to stay in the loop. Let's say that we bought 2 territories of a restoration franchise. This type of business does water, fire, and mold remediation. The total investment comes in right at $250,000. We were to fund this with that $50,000 down from our one house and finance the rest using SBA debt. Cleaning up water isn't as sexy as being a real estate investor, but I hope that you stick with me. This is a 100% recession-proof business because pipes break, fires happen, storms do not care about the economy. The franchisor takes decades of experience and turns that into days of training. Within a few weeks of launching, you got a team, equipment, training, and you join a community of fellow franchise owners nationwide. So you hit the ground running. And to start, you do everything. You build relationships relationships with referral partners. You estimate and sell every job. You put the hard work in now because you're building a business that could set you up for the rest of your life. And let's say in the first year, you generate $500,000 of revenue and you cash flow $75,000 after all expenses and stuff was paid. But it's a full-time job being an owner-operator. And it's very possible that you took a pay cut from your other W-2 job to launch this business. And however, you are not in this game to get rich quick. You understand that great things happen to those who are patient, so you continue to build your team. You hire an operations manager to help run the job so that you can focus on sales. You hire more crew members, you buy more equipment. And many service-based franchises have relatively low fixed overhead costs. You've got a warehouse, a marketing budget, salaried payroll, debt payments, but that's about it. And then everything else is variable, which means that you don't incur those expenses unless you have revenue. So as sales grow, then you hire more people, you buy more trucks, and the more volume you do, the better your net margins get. And so in the second year, year two, you double the revenue to $1 million in sales, and you cash flow $200,000. That's $16,000 a month. We are crushing this $10,000 goal. But the best part about operating a business is that growth is not linear. It can be exponential, but you're not done here. You hire a sales rep to replace yourself. And instead of taking the money and buying a Rolex or a house or like whatever, you invest back into the business. You buy another 3 territories, and now you own the entire market. And you double your sales again to $2 million the next year. And you cash flow $400,000. The following year, you buy out a neighboring franchisee, then another territory. Now you build a team that can run the business without your daily involvement. You have a back office who keeps an eye on the money and the cash flow. And within a few years, you own a business that is doing over $5 million a year in revenue and $1 million a year in cash flow. And I know these numbers sound crazy, but it's totally possible. It is the exact same way that I grew my business to over $45 million in revenue. And it's the same playbook that many of my friends have followed to quit their jobs and earn financial freedom through franchising. And it's the same path that my friend used to build a $100 million company. Like, the sky is the limit when it comes to building a business and to build a franchise. People like real estate because they think the freedom it provides. The truth is that business can give you way more freedom and cash flow, because real estate, you have a bottleneck based on what tenants are willing to pay in rent. And if you can't raise rents, your income is stuck. The only way you can grow is to try to cut expenses. But even there's so many things that are outside of your control, like interest rates, like utility and insurance costs. And then you can't buy more properties unless you find owners who are willing to sell at prices that make sense so you actually make money. There's a lot of different factors that are just totally outside of your control. But in business, your cash flow, your success is 100% connected to your ability to build a team and drive results. You are the only bottleneck. And how you fix that is you invest into yourself. You invest into coaching and training and surrounding yourself with better and better people so you can become a better salesperson, you become a better manager, you become a better leader, and the results that you get will start to compound like crazy. And honestly, it becomes a ton of fun once you solve the puzzle, once you figure out how to rinse and repeat, how to duplicate. Franchises are meant to be scalable. They're meant to work all over the country, operate a bunch of random people. So if it works in that, like, why can't you own entire markets or multiple markets? This is how Greg Flynn, the largest franchisee in the world, has built an enterprise that does like $4 billion in revenue, and he's looking to grow even further. There's no limit to what you can do once you figure it out. Now, if you really, really want to buy real estate for whatever reason, wait until the cash flow starts really rolling in. Because with a higher budget, now you can purchase higher quality commercial properties with high quality tenants. So you can continue focus on your business, continue focus on the cash flow, but then you start to build the real estate on the side. Because real estate is great for appreciation. It's great for protecting wealth. Keyword, protecting. It is terrible for generating wealth. It is terrible for generating cash flow. It is something that you can use once you already own it and have it to protect it. Franchising is a much better option if you're starting from zero. If you want to build, franchising is a better path. Unfortunately, not all franchises are created equal. There's over 3,000 in the US. Many of them suck, to be totally honest. If you want to learn more about how to find the diamonds and avoid the dirt, then subscribe to this channel to learn more about franchising, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.